In the world of AI, it can be really tough to prove your skills. So today, we're going to demystify a new way to do just that. We're talking about NVIDIA's brand new certification for generative AI. Let's dig in and find out if this is the right move for your career.
Okay, let's just state the obvious. The world of AI moves at lightning speed, right? So the big question is, how do you actually prove you have the foundational skills to build real, solid solutions, and you're not just chasing the latest hype? So here's how we're going to tackle that. We're going to break this certification down piece by piece. First up, what even is it? Then we'll figure out who it's for. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty and decode the exam blueprint, map out a study plan, and finally talk about the big payoff for your career.
All right, let's dive right in. First things first, what exactly is this new NVIDIA certification?
Okay, so the official title is the NVIDIA Certified Associate for Generative AI. Yeah, it's a mouthful, so let's just call it NCA-GENL. But here's what you really need to notice. See those keywords? Entry-level and foundational? This is super important. It means this isn't for seasoned experts. It's designed to prove that you've got the core concepts down, the stuff you need for actual real-world AI applications. All right, let's get into the logistics, the nitty-gritty details of the exam itself. It's going to cost you $125. You get 60 minutes to answer 50 multiple-choice questions, pass it, and you're certified for 2 years. The big takeaway here really is accessibility. NVIDIA has made it pretty straightforward to jump in and get started.
Okay, so we know what it is. The next big question, of course, is who is this actually for? I mean, is this thing right for you?
So take a look at this list of roles. What do you see? NVIDIA is casting a really wide net here. This isn't just for the hardcore developers. I mean, when you see roles like AI strategists, that's a huge signal. It tells you this exam isn't only about the nuts and bolts of coding, it's also about the bigger picture, the business strategy behind AI.
And this might be one of the most important points of all. There are no strict prerequisites. Seriously, you don't need a fancy degree or 5 years of experience. This really opens the door, making it a super accessible entry point for pretty much anyone who has a solid foundational grasp of AI concepts. All right, now we're getting to the heart of it. What is actually on this exam? Let's crack open the official blueprint and see exactly where you need to be focusing your study time.
Okay, this chart right here, this is basically your treasure map to passing the exam. Just look at it. Core ML/AI and software development, together, they're more than half the test. It couldn't be clearer. This is telling you exactly where you need to spend the bulk of your energy.
So let's zoom in on those top 2 domains and see what they're all about.
So that first big chunk, Core ML and AI, it's all about practical, hands-on skills. We're talking about building systems using techniques like RAGs, that's Retrieval Augmented Generation. All that really means is connecting your language models to outside knowledge so they're not just making stuff up. The point is, it's about applying the concepts, not just memorizing the theory. And then there's the second big piece of the pie, software development. This is where they test your ability to actually implement these AI solutions. You'll need to know your way around Python, specifically libraries like spaCy and NumPy. And it's not just about writing code. It's about understanding the whole life cycle of a model, from deploying it to keeping an eye on its performance.
Okay, so knowing what's on the test is half the battle, right? But now we need to talk about the how. How do you actually build a study plan that's going to set you up for success?
NVIDIA basically gives you 2 official ways to prepare. You've got the self-paced online courses, which are definitely the more affordable route. But if you're someone who learns better with live interaction, there's the instructor-led workshop. It's really that classic trade-off, isn't it? Do you save some money or do you pay for direct access to an expert who can answer your questions in real time? And to help you visualize it, here's a fantastic example of what a study plan could look like. We're talking about a 40 to 60-hour commitment spread out over 7 weeks. And notice how it tackles the big, heavy-hitter domains first. Trust me, having a structured approach like this is absolutely crucial.
But here's a pro tip. Don't stop with just the official courses. Think of those as your starting point. NVIDIA themselves recommend that you go deeper. That means digging into landmark research papers, keeping up with their technical blogs, and, most importantly, getting your hands dirty with popular frameworks like LangChain and Hugging Face.
All right, so let's imagine it. You've put in the hours, you've crushed the exam. So what's the real payoff here? What does having this certification actually do for you and your career?
At the end of the day, its biggest value is that it's a clear, undeniable signal to the entire industry. Think about it. This is third-party validation from NVIDIA, a massive leader in the space. It says you have a solid, foundational skill set in what is arguably the most important area of tech right now. It's the kind of thing that just cuts through all the noise on a resume.
And along with that validation, you get the goods. We're talking about a tangible credential, a digital badge that you can pop right onto your LinkedIn profile, stick in your email signature, or feature on your personal website. It's a simple yet really powerful way to show off your certified expertise to your entire professional network.
So, this leaves us with one last big question to think about. In a field that basically reinvents itself every single year, a certification can't be the finish line, right? It's more like a snapshot in time. So maybe the true value isn't just the piece of paper or, the digital badge. Maybe it's the structured learning journey it forces you to take. It gives you a rock-solid foundation that you can build on for whatever comes next in the wild world of AI.